I've never had intimacy my whole life, and I somehow got pregnant. My boyfriend thinks I cheated, but the paternity test proved otherwise. I am 16, so is my boyfriend, 16. We're both young and neither of us is ready for sex. Personally, it's never been high on my radar, and from what he's told me, he's the same way. That being said, we've been together for a couple of years now, so things have still happened. I'd rather not go into detail on that, but you can get the picture. Think third base, I guess. Anyway, a couple of days ago, I went to the doctor because I've been feeling really sick lately. I did a urine test and a finger prick, and my doctor told me I was pregnant. Of course, I laughed at first because I thought she was joking, but no, I'm really pregnant. I kind of fell silent. She started talking about things like ultrasounds, prenatal vitamins, etc., but I cut her off and told her that wasn't possible because I've never had sex, therefore have never conceived. She explained to me that very few women can get pregnant by outer course, but it's still possible due to vagina anatomy or something. I was and still am in complete and utter shock, so I kinda just left without any further explanation. I went straight to my boyfriend's house and he was the first person I told. I hadn't even texted or called in advance because I was crying, completely distraught. I don't know why, but it didn't even cross my mind that he would think I cheated. I would never do something like that. I explained everything to him about how we'd never technically had sex, but we got really close, and stuff can happen. He seemed pretty lost until I eventually told him I was pregnant, which is when he, rightfully, got pissed at me, because how TF does that even happen without us having had sex? I tried so hard to explain myself and assure him that I'd never do that, ever. I told him I'd take a DNA test or something to prove that, but he didn't believe a word and made me go home. The last thing he told me was, "I really trusted you." He looked like he was about to cry. Now I'm blocked on everything, so I can't text or call to explain myself. I'll respect his decision if he wants to break up, but I need him to know I was never with anyone else. It's been killing me, knowing how hurt he must feel. Luckily, he hasn't told anyone that I'm pregnant, because I haven't even told my own parents yet, but he has told people that I cheated on him, and now I'm losing friends and everything's gone to shit. This was already the worst, lowest point of my life, and it seems to be getting worse. I've basically locked myself in my room. I feel so depressed. I just need him to know. Update. He came to my house the morning after I made the post and apologized, explaining that he'd done a lot of research and felt bad for accusing me. He said he still didn't know if he fully trusted me, but wanted to at least help me while I went through this, because if anything, we've been best friends since we were small. He came over and we told my parents together, explaining that I didn't know if it was pregnancy/illness, and I needed to get further testing done. They seemed disappointed that I hadn't told them I was sexually active, but my mom said she was more disappointed in herself for not teaching me about reproductive health. They're being as supportive as they can, so that all happened. Flash forward to the next day, Monday. I went to the doctor to get more blood testing done. I wanted to update then, but I had to wait until I got the results back, today. So far, after a full blood panel, all signs are still pointing to me being pregnant. My doctor explained that there was actually a slightly higher chance of me being pregnant than there was of a false positive, because it's generally men with cancer who receive those. I don't know if he was going off of statistics or personal experience though. I'm not sure since there's still not a positive way to know if it's really a pregnancy, so I have an ultrasound scheduled for this Thursday, as it was the earliest appointment available. That will be the only way to properly confirm. If the ultrasound confirms that I'm pregnant, then I'm also going to ask about getting DNA testing as a form of paternity test. Update 2. I got an ultrasound, and yes, confirmed the pregnancy. I was still holding on to a bit of hope that it might be something else, lol. My doctor gave me a referral to go straight to a blood work lab. I have no idea what they're actually called, so my boyfriend and I could do a prenatal paternity test. I'd never gotten a referral that quickly. Usually you have to wait at least a day, but she sent me over for an appointment just an hour after the ultrasound, which was really great. We did the blood test/saliva swab, and now we just have to wait about a week for the results. Paternity test just came back, and yes, like I kept saying, it was his. The only way it wouldn't have been was if it had been SA, which there was an extremely low chance of. But even so, I'm very grateful that nothing happened to me in my sleep, as some people had suggested. We found a great program called Plan C.